Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Closers Show. As always, Scott Carson, excited to be with you today. I'm even more jacked up to have my friend Darin Adams join us all the way from Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah, or wherever you want me to be. But yeah, that's I guess where I am.
Well, you travel a little bit more than I used to. So it's like, where is he at today? But I figure he's got to be at home because that does not look like the normal hotel room that we're used to talking to.
No. So I think, yeah, I guess I am at home. You know how it is. Sometimes you really don't know. You wake up and you're like, wait, where am I? What am I doing? Where do I go to next? Those are the three questions to ask.
Well, it's like that. Sometimes the phone rings and you think it's the alarm, or the alarm rings and you think it's your phone. But I've known Darin for a while. He's an amazing guy. You may recognize him if you're out in the Salt Lake area. He's a previous TV host out that neck of the woods. But Darin is an amazing business development individual for one of the programs that we use on a daily basis to help us in our note business and helping us marketing and helping us raising capital and helping us move assets out there, and just to really kind of helped us wow our clients. It's Infusionsoft, or as they go by another name now, right, Darin?
Yeah, so the company is now officially, this is the shocker most people find when I tell them Infusionsoft doesn't exist anymore. And they're like, oh, what, whatever. So the company switched names and is now known as Keap. I'll explain why. So Infusionsoft is a very big, robust, heavy lifting tool, can do amazing things, do all sorts of stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But there's sometimes people don't need all of that heavy lifting, and so they said, let's go through and find out the things that most people use the most to help build their business and automate and grow. So they went through and they picked out their best things like the landing page builder and the campaign builder and the CRM and these different things, and they sort of repackaged them together in a prettier, easier to use interface, and that is like an amazing product. And they said, well, we actually need to have to come up with a name for this, so we're going to call this Keap. It helps you keep organized, keep all your contacts, keep moving, keep growing, keep serving, this whole dedication to being an entrepreneur. So that's called Keap. And then they said, this actually is the product that's going to be able to help millions of people, more people than will be able to be helped by Infusionsoft. So we should just call our company Keap because it matches this new, simpler, easy to use product. So now the company is called Keap. The simple product is called Keap, but the product that you use, Scott, and other people use is still called Infusionsoft, but it's Infusionsoft by Keap. So did that make sense, or did I confuse you even more by all that?
No, you spun me around blindfolded and gave me a bat. I'm pretty good, yeah.
Okay, so let's start swinging here.
Well, but you are you run around, fly across the country. You are a very big ambassador for entrepreneurs out there. I mean, we originally met at Magnify Your Wealth a few years ago with our buddy Aaron Young, is a dear friend for both of us. He's on here on a regular basis, and Lawful and Associates is sponsor of the podcast. But our audience out there is made up of a ton of real estate entrepreneurs, people looking to get started. Our radio shows, for those that are listening out there, are now across 16 different channels across the country with about 1 million listeners on that each month. There's a lot of people that struggle. A lot of entrepreneurs struggle when they get rocking and rolling in their business, and you deal with that on a daily basis from talking to people, right, Darin?
Yeah. I just love what entrepreneurs do. And it is such a struggle and a challenge. I think that any of us know what that's like. It's we have this calling, and we know we can do something, and we know we can be successful. And we want to, make more money, have more free time, do whatever it is. And then you get in, and it can be a lonely road. And oftentimes if you're a solopreneur, you're all there by yourself, or if you're just, you don't know where to go and there's no one to turn to do that. And so if we at Infusionsoft, part of our goal is to help entrepreneurs and help small businesses succeed. And so what we try to do is take some of those tasks off the plate of the person, allow you to do it through automation, setting them up so they run, so that it allows you to have a little more free time, a little more breathing room, be able to do the stuff that only you can do if we can do some of that through automation. So I love going really and talking to people, and they're like, oh, I love this because it allows me to fill in the blank. I love this because it's given me such success in whatever this is. And I just love hearing those stories and seeing how entrepreneurs are doing better because of some of the help that we can offer.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I like to kind of attest to entrepreneurs is kind of an analogy. It's like everybody's got the best pizza recipe. Oh, I know I'm going to do this. I'm going to open a shop, but I'm just going to sit there and wait for customers to find me.
Yeah.
And that's not an effective way of doing business anymore these days. You've got to reach out. You've got to market to clients. You've got to, as you like to say, attract, wow, and sell. If I remember, is the three words you like to use a lot of times, right?
Yeah, I think attract, sell, and wow. You want to sell them before you wow them. But you can wow them anytime. But those are exactly the three words. Yeah.
You want to talk a little about that? Some of the things.
I would love to, because what you were saying, the whole thing about the pizza thing, every entrepreneur, I mean, I did that when I was starting out. I wanted to be a speaker. And so I thought all I need to do is have like a good website and a video or something like that and put the word out and everybody will come flocking. So we all think that, hey, I'm going to start doing some notes. I'm going to start doing some real estate investment. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And the mere fact that I say I'm going to do it is going to have all these people coming to me. And then it doesn't work, and we get so frustrated, and then we give up a year later because like, what happened? Oh, it just didn't work, you know. This is 2019. This is 2020. This the future of how we do business is, as an entrepreneur, owning a database, owning some people that you're going to market to. So you attract them to you. You draw these people who you know you want to do business with, who people want to do business with you. And you have them in a database. So often I meet people like, hey, what's your database like? I'm like, well, I just I got some names here and it's just, you know, this haphazard type of thing. So like the most important thing for anyone, the most foundational thing is building a database with names, emails, contact information, and then even better, having that list segmented so you know exactly. So if you're doing real estate investing, here are people who might want to partner with me. Here are people who are looking to, I might want to buy their home. Here are some people who might want to buy homes from me. Here are these people who are bank people, whatever it is. And now you have all these people in different lists, segments. You have them tagged differently. So you say, okay, I want to reach out. I want to send some information to everybody who might ever want to sell me a home. And I have some contact information for them. And I'm going to nurture them along. And I'm going to teach them how to get their homes ready for me to buy, or whatever it is. But now you've got that, and you have that segment, and you communicate with those people, and you have that all. This is what the automation is all about. You have that automated, so you're not manually every day sitting like typing out these emails. Okay, I got to type 400 emails today, and that's when you burn out. So number one step is building a database, getting people into that database so that you know who those people are and what they're doing. So yeah, I guess that would be the first step. Wouldn't you agree?
I think that's the most critical step, because it's like you said, you don't want you to have the best website, but if just because you build it doesn't mean they will come. You know what I mean? If you build it, they won't come. You've got to reach out to them with some sort of action. And so like the best thing is people go out and network. They go to their local real estate clubs. You know, they're grabbing business cards, or they go to a conference and they grab business cards. But what do most people do with that list? They put the business cards on their dresser to make sure that 2x3 inch spot doesn't get any dust on it. That's about all that they do, right? Or they put it in a box of business, a shoebox of business cards, and that's about it, right?
Yeah. Can I tell you, the Velveeta cheese boxes, I've heard are the perfect size for putting those in. So just for your organization there.
I used to put my baseball cards as a kid in them.
I take baseball cards out, put the business cards in.
But that's the thing is, so many people, I think, what's the lifetime of an average email? 6 to 8 months, I think, is in some different cases, because people are changing, or they add a new domain, or they get a little bit more serious about it. And so if you're not marketing to these people, you'll lose out on just that connection of stuff and that momentum that you built from, reaching out, having coffee, meeting them at an event. One of the best things that I did early on was every time I'd come home from a meetup group or a networking event and I had business cards, how would they take the time to put them in a spreadsheet? This is very old school. This is back 2003, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2002, 2003. And then I would send, like you said, an individual email to everybody before I went to bed at night. That's not a fun thing to do, you know?
Yeah. And you feel like you're so productive. Like, oh, yes, I just got all these business cards. I just spent 3 hours sending out emails. Do you use the Infusionsoft app to take pictures of your business cards, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the greatest thing in the world. So you go to an event and you do collect business cards. Well, you get them for a second. One of my favorite things about Infusionsoft. So you pull up your phone. There's a little app there for Infusionsoft or Keap, and you open that. You take out the business card and you take a picture of the business card. That photo goes to a real person who types in all of Bob Murphy. Bob Murphy's name, email, phone number, address comes back to you. Now, the whole reason that you got the business card was because, not just because you wanted to have another person in your database, but because you wanted to make the connection. You want to do exactly what you were saying, Scott. You can send the email out that night. So this is the beauty of it. You have a campaign built ahead of time. A campaign is just like a series of emails. So saying, hey, good to meet you, fill in the first name blank, Bob. Let's connect sometime again, or check out my website or something like that. So the information from that business card comes back to you that someone's typed in. You put a tag on them, met them at whatever, the Chamber of Commerce networking event or whatever. And now the first email instantly goes out. So this is you not sitting down for 3 hours at night typing out manual emails. This is boom, all of them get a personalized email. You get 100 business cards of an event. You take a picture, boom, 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 you tag them, boom, 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 and instantly 100 people all get, I'm not going to snap 100 times because that'll get my hand tired, but you'll get 100 emails instantly going out to those people, and now the connection has been made. So you're building this database, not just for the purpose of building the database, but now following up, which is the next step. So that's it. Now you can do that as simple with automation, taking pictures of a business card or however you're getting those emails in, the email addresses. But just have the automation ready to go so you do the follow-up. Because I honestly, I don't know, every time I come up with a new struggle, I think that's the biggest struggle for entrepreneurs. But I do think that follow-up is one of the biggest struggles for entrepreneurs. We have good intentions of doing it, but we just then get distracted and don't do it. And 3 months later, we're looking at these business cards and thinking, I never got back to any of those people, and it was a wasted opportunity. The value of those baseball cards pales in comparison to the value of the business cards if you make the connection and if you do something with them. But that's the problem, is we sort of don't follow up on that.
Well, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize, especially entrepreneurs, they come from different fields. They come from different backgrounds, come from different jobs. I mean, we see so many different people coming from different avenues. They're not just taught that follow-up aspect. Is nobody really teaches the fact that 80% of sales is made after the 5th contact, And that's what I tell people. Like, we had some investors in this weekend going through our fast track training. And I'm like, listen, if you set the expectations right now, that it's just going to take you at least 5 or 6 emails or contacts with your database to really get them to start interacting with you, just to reach out to you that, hey, I've got some money to invest with you, or hey, I may have some deals available for you, whether you're marketing out to asset managers at banks or your database of contacts. Set those expectations. And that's the beautiful thing that you said a minute ago. You don't have to write 1,000 emails for your 1,000 contacts 6 to 7 times. You write 5, 6, 7 emails at once, and set that up so that when you do plug them in or tag them in your system, like you said, tag them in Infusionsoft, that campaign automatically goes out. Oh, it goes out the day that you meet them, which wows them when they get back to their hotel room, or they're sitting there looking at their phone during a break. Oh my God, I just met Darin 30 minutes ago. He's already sent me an email. I want to do business with that guy, because not only is that an awesome email, I like his mustache. That's really cool.
I actually was trying to work on getting it to curl up, and one side was curling better than the other. So I thought, okay. Never mind. I'm just going to put it back now.
But for those that are listening on there, Darin has grown a beard and a mustache, and he's working. He's pretty close to almost the Raleigh fingers. I
love Raleigh fingers. Wow, that was an old reference. Okay, that's it. That's my new goal.
I'm gonna send you some beard wax. But that's the thing. So let's talk about this. Let's say you are a beard wax salesman, and you're out at an event talking, and you get their business card, you scan them, send them out there. Maybe you've got a coupon. Hey, it was great meeting you. I see that you have a beard. I got a beard. Whatever. We're at the beard convention. Here's a coupon for our product. Or, hey, can I send you a free sample? Or one of the things that I love doing that I know you are a big fan of is sending a photo that says their name on the sign, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'll try this. I wasn't prepared to do this, but I'll do this in it because I think it is one of the coolest things in the world. So this is like a little interactive thing that people who are listening can do this right now. You're gonna need your phone for this. So in this case, I would tell you I have a free gift for you. Since we were just talking about growing a database list, I've got an ebook on growing an email database. So everyone, if you're listening to this, play along with this, because this is what Scott was saying, the photo that you're going to get. You're going to get a photo eventually that is going to be the coolest thing in the world. So you then tell someone, you say, I want you to send me a text. And in this case, the text number is 480-428-4150. I'll repeat it in a second. And for this case, since we're trying to build momentum, just text me the word momentum. Momentum would be the word. So we'll just text the word momentum to 480-428-4150. I'll make sure that's the phone number I'm supposed to be doing here.
Once again, everybody, it's 480-428-4150. Oh, look, I got a text message from you. Smart move to request such a valuable resource. What email address can I send this to?
Yeah. So now I want you to imagine, because this is texting. This isn't even just email. Some people say, oh, I don't know if that many people send emails. Well, then send text for Pete's sake. Okay. So I tell someone, I say, hey, send me a text. Say, I'm getting too excited now. I'm foaming at the mouth. I say, send me a text. And they send this text, and instantly, like you saw how instant it was. And if you're doing this at home, wherever you are, you're experiencing how fast this is. Instantly, that happens. Yeah. I just realized, that I don't know how long that momentum word's going to be good. I'll make some changes to hopefully this will be good for a while here. Because yeah, well, if you're watching this now, do it as soon as you can. So then the first text goes out and it says, hey, what's your it was your email address, right? That's what the first one asked. So you type your email address and send that. Have you already gotten the second one back? Yeah,
it says excellent, thanks. You've got a name. I assume, what is it? Example, Darin Adams. So I typed in Scott Carson.
Yeah, good thing you figured that out, because what a name was. I had to give you an example there. So now I need your name so that I can address you when I'm sending an email to you or a text to you. I had to get the email first because I'm sending you an ebook, so it seems natural. Okay, got to get an ebook. I'm going to ask for your name so I can call you by name. I got to, be able to make it seem personal. We talked about segmenting the list and tagging the list. So I asked one more question just to show how powerful it is inside of Infusionsoft, the things you can do. So simply by asking a question in a text, I can start segmenting the list. Did you get the third text already?
Yes, it says, thanks, Scott. That's all I need. Check your Scott@WeCloseNotes.com email address.
Is there one before that?
And finally, last question before I send the ebook. Do you currently own an Infusionsoft application?
Yeah.
Just reply yes or no.
Right. So yes, if you do yes, then I'm going to tag them over here. If they say no, I'm going to tag them over here. So I'm going to send these people different resources than these people. If you say, hey, what are you most likely in doing? Selling your house or buying a house? Now you can tag, these are sellers, these are buyers. Would you like to partner with me? Would you like to, whatever it might, these people are, would you live in this state or do you live in this state? Are you looking at doing homes in Ohio or Pennsylvania or whatever it is? You can now ask these questions in a text, and now your list is segmented. So all these people that are coming to the database, now you know information about them, so that you're not just shooting blind and saying, hey, this is Bob checking in again, just check and see. No, this is Bob. I've got a list of these 3 homes in Ohio that you have got to know about and got to do something with me right now. Or I've got these 3 properties in Pennsylvania. Let's partner, whatever it might be. So now you're able to segment this whole list. There is a specific, on this little campaign, I have a little delayed timer that's going to go off. So in about a minute or two, you're hopefully going to get that photo that we talked about. That's a personalized photo, which I'm going to jump ahead to that point, but you can personalize a photo. So it could look like, imagine me standing in front of a house with like a sign that says, this could be our next project, Dave. And it could have Dave's, I'm sending that email out, or an email of a photo to Dave. Or this could be our next project, Mary, or whatever. You can personalize that sign with technology. So it goes in your database, it finds the person's name, it makes it look like a handwritten sign with their name on it. However you're reaching out and whatever you're doing, a for sale sign, another sign, this dry erase board, look at our profits moving up, Mary, or whatever. You can do all sorts of stuff. And that's a company that we use called Pick Snippets. That's a great tool, allow you to personalize photos. The texting integration that we're doing, we use a program called Fix Your Funnel, but there's lots of companies that do stuff like that too. So it just allows you to not just do email marketing, but communicate with people any way that it's going to be effective for you and for them to make that happen.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think so many people don't realize that we get so, especially on the entrepreneur side, we get so bogged down in our our nuts and bolts, our buying notes and selling notes, our thing. We don't realize that if we add some technology, we add some marketing to what we're doing, we step above the competition. I mean, how many times have you been in an event and it's like cows moving through the kill, just cows moving along, going from one thing into event. And those that stand out to you,
those cow thing again. Could you do that? Yeah. Okay, that was good.
Yes, I was born on a farm. Okay. And, moo in Minnesota. But that's the thing is I've always realized that, hey, I'm here in Austin, Texas. This is not the best audience, not the best market for me as a note investor. So I had to be in other areas. Most of the deals I was seeing in other areas. And I love what you said a minute ago. You get a list of properties. Hey, I've got these 3 ideal properties in Ohio. Since you told me that, one of the questions you could ask, hey, what are your top 3 states that you're buying deals in? And so as you get listen from banks, listen from asset managers, or listen from other investors, you can segment your list, literally go in, who's buying in Ohio? Let's send an email out really fast, and then or text message. Hey, I've got some deals in your backyard. Click on this link to get them sent to you, or the profiles or the landing pages, right?
Yeah, I think especially in note investing and the whole real estate investing space, we tend to think of it. We get in there and we think of it so much as it's just personal one-on-one, and it's FaceTime, and that is certainly valuable. It can never be underestimated. But someone was telling me the other day, we were talking about you, Scott, and they said Scott is great at note investing and real estate investing, but what he really is masterful at is he's a master marketer, and he just does that in that space of note investing. And it sort of flips things around. I think so many people get into it thinking, I want to be a note investor, and then I hope I can learn how to market, or maybe I'll learn how to market, or marketing is a back seat. But you are the classic example, the prime shining star of, no, you are a brilliant marketer, and you just happen to use that in this space. So
I've been a big believer that everybody runs a marketing company. Everybody runs a marketing company. And for years going through business school, one of the things that was drilled into my head from my professors is like, listen, if a company is struggling, the kiss of death is that they go back and start slicing their budget, which is usually their marketing budget, when they should increase their budget to drive more clients, to drive more engagement, to drive more people reaching out to them. And so that's the thing. And so I stuck to me, hey, always got to be marketing. Let's find something, whether it's an email blast out to our audience or to those in specific niches. And that's what I love about Infusionsoft, or Keap as we call it now, is that there are so many great tools to make it effective for you in marketing to your database, whether it is in marketing, whatever it is, whether it's Tiddlywinks or Darin's caramels, or Magnify Your Wealth with Aaron Young, like they're doing out there, or Credit Sense with Merrill Chandler, or George Antoni using finance companies and things like that. There's so many different ways to market what you have and what you're doing, and marketing works across the board. Marketing skills are applicable, whether you are selling pizzas or distressed debt.
Yeah, and I love what you said earlier. Everybody runs a marketing company. The problem is some people don't realize they're running it, or some people are just running it absolutely horribly. So whether you like it or not, you're running a marketing company, whether you're doing anything or not to it. So let's make sure you're doing something. Let's make sure as you're running it, run it the right way and run it with the right tools and get some good response from them.
Yeah, and you're not, and that's the biggest thing, is you're not going to be an expert overnight. You have to #embrace the suck. And in all clarity, I bought Infusionsoft years ago, and I donated to Infusionsoft for about 2 years because it had a lot of great tools, and I didn't spend the time on it. I was piecemealing all these other little apps together and other little things, and I said, no, I need to. If I take some time here and spend some time, dive into it, I was able to eliminate so many other things and save money by bringing it all in-house under the Infusionsoft umbrella. And it saved me money, made it easier, it made it a whole lot affordable, but it also saved a lot of my time. And I think that's what marketing is all about too, like we talked about earlier. It's all about managing your time. And that's what's great about marketing. You can spend a little time on the front end, put some stuff together, and it's going to save you exponential time on the back end, right, Darin?
Yeah. And if I had $1 for every person who told me, yeah, I really need that, but I don't have time to implement it right now. I don't have time to do it right now. Okay, and you're going to get more time later. No, just like you do. You got to just find some time, put in, learn how to market, learn how to set things up, learn how to do some of this follow-up, and it will pay off in spades down the road. The sooner you do it, the sooner things will be better for you. Just get it going and get it automated and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, we talked a little about email. Let's talk about, and some of the text messages. Why don't we talk about some of the other things that Infusionsoft is doing out there, that some of the entrepreneurs are using out there? You got any things you want to share with people?
Yeah, you mentioned briefly, I want to talk about landing pages. Landing pages, for many years, you would need to go to an outside source to use landing pages. Now you can build those inside of Infusionsoft. A landing page, in case people aren't aware, is sort of like a one-page website with often a single call to action. So you can now go inside of Infusionsoft, and there are templates that you use, and you get this template. You now put your logo on there, your font on there, your color on there, you whatever. And say, for example, you just get a list in, and you've got 3 homes in Ohio that you want to see who's interested in that. You throw on 3 pictures of those Ohio homes, and now you have an instant, what looks like a website, just devoted to those 3 Ohio homes. And now you send that link out to everyone in your database who's interested in buying homes in Ohio, or investing in homes, and buying notes in Ohio, whatever, anything to do with Ohio, you send that out and you say, hey, just got this from Ohio. This is stuff you're going to be told. Click on the link, and they click on the link, and now it takes them to this landing page, which looks like a website with these beautiful photos, and it looks slick and it looks professional. And they're like, wow, Dave knows what he's doing here. Look at this. This looks fantastic. And all the photos there and everything is, Dave, if you're interested in doing something on any of these, let's make a move quickly and whatever it might be. Now, all that, you send email out to all these different people. People are clicking on stuff. People are coming. And you did it simply through a landing page. And the beauty is that landing page is built inside of Infusionsoft. So if you picture it sort of like a corral, and you want to get all those people into the corral, since we're talking cows and farms and all that kind of stuff. Hey, there we go, right on cue. I used to be able to do a pig one, but it was very painful to do.
Oh my gosh.
So much for that distraction. We got our pig corral. We got our cow corral. We want to get people in. If you can get them into the corral, that was a total side, but we're never recovering from that. If you can get them in there, now you know what they're doing. You don't want to send them somewhere else and say, hey, go over to this website or go over here, and they might not ever come back to the corral. But if you can build that fence, keep the pigs and the cows in there, and then you say, hey, go here, click on this, and now they're clicking on the landing page. You, inside of Infusionsoft, can say, oh, look at all the people that clicked on this link. Look how much time they spent, and look they were interested. These are the people. And because they did that, because I tagged them, because they clicked on my landing page, now let me send a follow-up to them and say, hey, I saw you checked out those homes in Ohio. What are your thoughts? Let's do something. Give me a call. Here's my calendar link. Click on here and book some time, and we can get on the phone and see what we can do. This is all through the automation, and we just started with a simple landing page that you built in 20 to 30 minutes, dragging, dropping some photos, throwing your logo name on there or something, and instantly now you have some stuff. That's just one little microcosm of something that you could do. Build landing page, follow up with the people that click on that, know what they're doing, and you have the follow-up. We're talking about the follow-up. You have the follow-up built into that whole thing. So that's the beauty of sort of landing pages and keeping people inside that corral.
Yeah, and honestly, guys and gals, it's that might sound complicated if you've ever done that. It's not that complicated. It's pretty simple to put together. And the beauty is, you guys have amazing customer service when it comes to helping hold people's hands. That's what I think so many people get scared of out there. Entrepreneurs get busy building bridges that never get finished. The unfinished bridge analogy, they'll start on their database, or they'll start on a landing page, but they won't finish. Or they'll start on their LinkedIn profile, but they won't finish. If you can finish one of these bridges, it's going to repeat business for you over and over and over again to get things rock and roll. And you've got an amazing team there to help you kind of walk you through it, hold your hands, answer questions. I know Steph is on the phone with them on a regular basis with a variety of different things. I'm on the phone with them. How do I do this again? Oh, okay, that's solved, that's fixed, and we go from there.
Yeah, and we have a whole team of people who do nothing but just help customer service. Just regardless of your question, there is no question too ridiculous or too stupid or whatever, and we get every, like, how do I log in? I mean, that we get that even. So they're totally understandable. And I hear stories all the time of amazing things these people do. They're like, oh, let me make a little video for you, and they create a little video walking people through, or they'll jump in on somebody's computer on their laptop and take control and show them how to build stuff. So although it is a new technology and there is a learning curve to that, we want to provide people with all the resources that we can to help them, because we don't, as much as we were happy to have Scott donate for 2 years before he ever did anything, we don't want that. We want everyone to be a power user. We want people to be like Scott is now, doing amazing things and using all the tools. So we want to get you to that point. We want to provide all the resources to help you to get to that point.
So one of the things that we are seeing a lot in our industry right now, people are always like, oh, I can't find deals. I can't find any note deals out there. The market's recovered. And I chuckle with it, because one of the things that we teach, unlike a lot of the other educators in our spaces, we teach people, hey, there are literally lists with thousands of bankers and thousands of asset managers out there that you can download for free if you just work it, if you just work the list. And I'm not a big advocate of just taking a list and spam it, but taking a little bit of the list each time, reaching out, adding some stuff. And that's one of the great things that we do is I've built a list from dialing for dollars and networking with people online, taking the list and uploading it. And what I'll do is I'll go in, send it, write us an email with my branding, we close notes, the green on the side, and I'll write 12 months of emails and I'll pre-schedule them to go out to people. And that's the thing, what you just said there, I can see who opened the email. I can see who clicked on my LinkedIn profile picture, or who clicked on a video of the asset. So one of the things that we do, we have our mastermind this weekend. So at the bottom of the email, Darin, I put pictures of 3 different mastermind groups I've got together. And I can see if they click on that, which leads to them getting another email a couple of days later. Hey, saw that you clicked on that profile. Let's schedule a call to talk for 15 to 20 minutes about what you might have on your books that you're looking to get rid of. And so we continuously get lists in like that automatically without having to dial 100 phone calls a day or 50 phone calls a day, or just sit around and whine, no, there's no deals out there.
I can totally hear that too. And that's the small-minded mentality, where someone only can see this, they only know what they know, kind of thing. There is a whole world out there, whereas if you could get that list, which you can, if you could download some of those lists and now reach out to those people, and you're like, oh, that seems like it's a lot of work. Well, it is a lot of work if you're typing every one of the emails, but do exactly like that. You build this series of campaigns, regardless of what you're doing, and maybe you're because this is all relationships. And so if you can build those relationships, and any entrepreneurial tool is relationships, but maybe more so with this is what I'm thinking. If you build those relationships, so when someone has a property, they have a note, they have something, then they feel comfortable coming to you, and they know that they've done business with you. They're like, oh yeah, I just got an email from him or her just a couple days ago, so I know I can reach out, and they're still active and doing stuff. And this is what you do. You build those emails so that, like, you sit down once, you type out 12 emails or 24 emails or however many you're going to type out, and just generic-ish stuff, but just to stay in touch with people. And then you put that into a sequence and it kicks off. And so they get email 1, 2 weeks later, they get the next email, 2 weeks later, they get the next email. And now you can see, oh, look, they opened this one, and maybe they don't open anyway. And that's fine. Most people might not engage with you, but the ones who do, that's you get them in the net. That's you got them. And while they're hot, you're like, then you follow up and say, oh, this person did this. Now let's take them to a different part in the campaign. So a campaign is you sort of, it's like a flow chart. You send this email. If they open this email, then we're going to send them this email. If they don't open the email, then we're going to send them this email. And then if they open that or whatever, then we continue to branch out. It's very much, if this happens, then we're going to make this happen. So if they open that email, then let's send them the following email. And if they open that email, then we're going to send them. And so now you can communicate with someone like you would do it in real life, like, oh, that person got back to me or whatever, so I'm going to follow up with them. That's what Infusionsoft is all about. And the beauty of it is you get to automate that so that it happens. You do it once and it just continues to run. And you can do it 6 months from now, kick it off again with a new group, or 3 months from now with a new group, and keep feeding those in there. And that's how you find deals. It's not, you don't just sit at home and wait and say, oh, look, a deal came through. No, that's not how it is. This is you nurturing those people, building those relationships, and you can do that through the automation.
Mm-hmm. It's such a good thing to help you streamline this, to be able to do this from anywhere as well too. You don't have to be traveling. I like to travel. I do a lot of things, but you can do a lot of the stuff from your home or remotely with your laptop, on vacation, traveling the world. You know, I love it. You talk about the guys who are at Monkey Pod a lot, and when you've spoken at Note Camp or Note Night in America, stuff like that, how these guys travel the world, but are able to help serve their clients with automation tools, automation reports, automated videos to help them with their services while they're still out having fun. And I think a lot of people are so used to the whole one-on-one conversation. I'm a big believer. Let's have one conversation to 1,000 people or 500 people or whatever your lists are, your databases, and let those people identify themselves for those one-on-one conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
you mentioned a Monkey Pod. I'm just going to follow up because I just spoke with Greg. Greg's the guy who runs Monkey Pod. And I often tell the story of him. He goes up to Canada and spends like 3 weeks up there doing nothing on his business. And he comes home and there's more business. So this a couple months ago, he went to Europe with his girlfriend, and he finally decided he was going to propose. And so he's on the banks of the canal in Amsterdam, and he proposes, and they travel this whirlwind trip around Europe for 2 weeks. And once again, he comes home and finds more customers and more business and more blog subscribers and members on his membership site. And he had done absolutely nothing for the 2 weeks that he was in Europe. He hadn't picked up his phone and done anything on his Infusionsoft app, hadn't flipped open his laptop and typed in and made any campaigns. It was all stuff that he had built once, and now he comes back and finds more business. So imagine you doing that. You wake up every morning. You can go on vacation to Europe for 2 weeks if you want to, but just imagine every day, open up your computer, open up your Infusionsoft app and saying, oh, look at the people who've reached out to me. Look at these. I didn't think I used to be able to find any notes, and look at all these notes that have come. Look at all these properties now that people are making available to me. Look at all these people that have reached back out to me because I set this up once a year ago or 6 months ago, and now the business is starting. It's flipping it around. So it's not you frantically running out every day, but you just set the automation out, and now literally, I mean, this makes it sound so overly simplistic, but now the deals come to you, and the properties come to you, and the notes come to you. But that literally is the whole purpose of all this.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that we've utilized is when people come to our website, everybody has a website, and we've got basically kind of 3 boxes right off the bat. Hey, are you here to learn about classes? Are you here to learn about buying deals? Are you here to learn more about our mastermind and our coaching stuff? And so when people opt into those lists, it automatically fills them in. They're getting a campaign on stuff. Oh, hey, you're interested in deals? Well, tell us about it. Tell us your top 3 markets. And that way, whenever I have lists, I just have to basically go, okay, look who's buying in Ohio. Let's send an email out to those, or send them to a landing page as we update on the properties that we have. If they're looking for education on stuff or want to learn more about education, it takes them to my page that talks about our class schedule. If they sign up for class schedule, we get an alert. Boom, they get added to database. They get a link sent to them. They're off and running and learning. You know, that's the thing that people don't realize is you're in the 21st century. As like Darin likes to say, what if the Jetsons were no investors? Well, it's the 21st century, and Scott and Darin are here to beam you up.
Can we have any more sound effects here today? We got the pig.
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh no. Okay, I shouldn't have.
Yeah, you should have done that because we got all sorts of.
I feel like I need to race off screen.
That's exactly that.
You were talking, and it made me remember one more thing. I think I may have gotten a little bit ahead. When we're talking about growing the list, we're talking about several ways to grow that list. So taking pictures of business cards, following up with the networking, downloading the list that you were talking about, just some of those lists that you can download for free. Oftentimes, we talk about a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that you can offer to someone for free in exchange for their email address. So this could be someone that you just wanted to get in your database. So maybe you have a lead magnet. Make sure your lead magnet is something of value. Don't just do some throwaway stuff they can get anywhere. But maybe like I've got a top exclusive list of the top 5 properties in Pennsylvania right now. And if you want that, send me your email address so I can send it to you. Now, when someone does that, automatically whatever your product is gets emailed out to that person. But even better, now you know that person is interested in Pennsylvania. And then you could have another lead magnet of, hey, I've got the top 10 list of the top opportunities in Ohio or whatever. And now you're tagging them with whatever, or in Florida or Austin or whatever it might be. So now you're not only gathering people in, but you're tagging them at the same time. And now you have the follow-up pre-built for that, so that they come in with the lead magnet and instantly the relationship is going to be built with that. So lead magnets are super easy to do. You can have it on your website. You could take out a Facebook ad. You could partner with somebody else. Maybe there's someone who's doing something similar but not a direct competitor. Maybe you do, they mail to their list and say, hey, I just talked with Bob and he's got this phenomenal offer. He's going to give everybody this great offer. Click on here. That could take them to a landing page. It could just be an opt-in form on your website if you want to. If it's a Facebook ad, it could just be directly from there. So you can have these, I don't want to say like, they're not like traps, but they're sort of like nets, because people want to jump into that. They want what you have and they want you to take them back home and help them out. So they're going to.
I think the term in the industry is tripwire.
Yeah. Which sort of gives this bad connotation that a bomb is going to go off or something. But it is like that. They trip the wire to say, I'm interested in this, which sets a bomb off in your head saying, let me follow up. I just had something happen. I'm stopping everything, except you don't have to stop everything because the automation takes care of that. So lead magnets, be thinking of different lead magnets. And even if you just have one lead magnet, you can tweak it a little bit to help you aid in that segmentation. So if you just have, here are the best, this could be the best properties anywhere in the country. So it could be something along those lines, but especially for people in Texas. And hey, you Ohio people, hey, you Pennsylvania, hey, whatever it is. So now as they click on that, you know that's likely where they're from, or they want to do business, or they're interested in properties or notes or something along the lines in that place. So make sure you have a really good, valuable lead magnet. And the more lead magnets you have, or at least if you're able to customize them a little bit to make it appear like there are multiple lead magnets, the more you have, the more you will be able to segment your list and then follow up so people are actually engaged with you the right way.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I like to do is people want to get my slides if I'm out speaking somewhere. So I'm like, hey, you don't worry about having to take photos of every slide. Listen, if you just text to this number, like we did a minute ago, you'll get a link to my slides. You'll also get a link to some videos for free. And that allows them to opt in. And then I know where they opted in. I know what, I tagged them. I know what event they were at. And that allows for me to follow up with her. And I use I'll just upload my slides to SlideShare, but I use that link for the SlideShare as a download. That's the tripwire. Or a checklist. Hey, you want my due diligence checklist?
Yeah.
Or my 30-30 marketing matrix of things you can do over 30 days is a great tripwire. I mean, because things change. Some people like ebooks. Some people like actual books. Some people like checklists. Some people just want a tip. Some people just want to be on a list. And with what we see here, as entrepreneurs, you should be doing the most productive thing in any given time. And that's, I think, finding deals and raising capital. Your marketing is important to you. It's just important, but most people put that down the road. Whereas if you spent more time in your marketing, you'd raise more capital, you'd find more deals and be able to focus on that. And so that's why I highly encourage anybody that's listening out there, if you're a real estate investor, an entrepreneur of any sort who's struggling with your clients, with your contacts, maybe you had to run a meetup group. Maybe you're at a networking event and you're not getting what you feel like you're stuck. It's probably because your marketing is stuck. It's probably because the fact is that you probably don't have automated things lined up in your business and you feel overwhelmed, like you're running around spinning so many plates. That's not a smart place to be in as an entrepreneur out there, because I know we've all been there.
The plates are falling and you can't get them and all that. You mentioned some of the lead magnets, and just a little observation, but I found one is sort of trending up and one is trending down. So as you're keeping in mind, ebooks, I don't think as many people are interested in ebooks as they were a few years ago. Ebooks were sort of a hot topic, and I think a lot of people downloaded them and nobody ever read them. So now it's not as exciting. Now, if you've got a really great ebook with really great content, then go for it. But as a general term, ebooks are not as successful as they were. Your checklist, I think, is one of the hotter new things. People like checklists or quizzes or self-assessment type things where it's going to be short and they're going to like go through, here's my little checklist. Oh, how am I doing? Or a little quiz to see, like people go on BuzzFeed or whatever to see if you were an appliance, what would you be or something. So this is
what barn animal would you be?
Yes, that's it. What barn animal? I think we've self-identified with ours there.
We have our spirit animal this morning, Darin.
The checklists tend to be good, and they are really good. It's normally, if someone downloads that, it's short. If someone downloads an ebook, it's going to take some time for them to read that ebook and ingest that information. And most people just don't get to the finish line with that. If it's like some kind of PDF that you can print out and they can check it and do it, it's super easy. They see it and it sort of seems fun and personalized to them because they're sort of just saying, how close am I to what Scott thinks I should be? And so it sort of associates me with Scott or whoever's sending this out, and that builds a little relationship right off the bat. And then they know, oh, I'm a 3 on a scale of 10. I really do need some help, or which also could drive them to come back to you to get more information. So checklist surveys, that type of thing are a little more popular right now, maybe still more success than maybe ebooks. Where one I think in general that is not very good is just a generic newsletter. That's just signing up for more spam. That's for just saying, hey, send me some more generic emails that I don't really want. So send something like a tool that they really can use. And the faster they can implement that, the faster they'll be part of your tribe and feel connected to you and feel like you're the one who can solve the problems, especially if it's like a self-assessment, you're the one who's going to be able to help them do better on the self-assessment type thing.
Mm-hmm. Like one of the things that we're doing right now is somebody opts in. We're actually putting this together as we speak right now in Infusionsoft as an opt-in. If they opt in listening to the podcast, if they text in something specifically, we'll send them a link to the top 10 downloads of our podcast, so they get a good feel for what's going on, or the top 10 training videos watched of all time. Another thing that we're working on, two very similar kind of lead magnets where they can listen to it or they can watch the videos of it, so that they're really learning. Because I agree with you, we've got a great ebook, 73-page book, kind of a nuts and bolts kind of thing. Get a lot of compliments on it. It's on Amazon, whatever. But the same thing is you have to evolve. Some people, like, if they've already read the book, they don't want to read the book again.
Right.
They want to do something different. And surveys, you mentioned surveys, is such a phenomenal thing out there too to your database. You obviously, you don't want to have it so long, but there are some specific things, like we've used surveys in our marketing, especially with some events, like, what are your top 3 states? What's your main focus? Is it performing, non-performing, first, seconds? Do you have a website? Yes or no? Do you have an LLC? Yes or no? Do you have a self-directed IRA? Yes or no? Are you looking to partner with somebody? Yes, no, maybe. These things. What's your birthday? So that we can set that automated up in the system to send them an email on their birthday, say, hey, happy birthday. You know what I mean? Those little things. And I know you like set up things where, like, or I don't remember the story here you talked about. You went to somewhere and suddenly you opted in. Suddenly brownies showed up like 3 days later for you, right?
Yes. How can you, when you at the beginning, see, I'm getting too excited now. I start talking about brownies. At the beginning, you're talking about.
By the way, it's either brownies or chocolate chip cookies. I think you're on the hunt for the best chocolate chip cookie in America. Is that right, Darin?
I have been known to eat a chocolate chip cookie or two. But what amazes me is I can't believe going to some places, they look so delicious and they taste horrible in some places. Like, seriously? Anyway, yeah. Any baked good in general, I have a slight weakness, but I do tend to gravitate toward chocolate chip cookies. So we talk about the attract and the sell and the wow. So maybe you do something, maybe someone partners with you, and maybe it's not even to that point. Maybe they, depending on maybe you have some kind of a course or a product, or whatever. Maybe they're showing an interest and they're getting on the phone, and you want to make sure that you get the deal done. You want to make sure that they are impressed with you, and so that they're going to say, wow. Is there anything that you do that makes them say, wow, as part of that? And so part of that could be you integrate with a platform like Send Out Cards or ZenDirect or different fulfillment companies like that. So they do this, whatever tripwire triggers something to happen, that tags them, sends a notification to Send Out Cards or whoever the company is, saying, hey, send this person a box of brownies or a box of cookies or whatever it is. And now that instantly shows up with maybe looks like a handwritten note from you. And you're not doing any of that. That is all completely automated, so that whatever that trigger is then sends a notice. All these things that you've pre-assigned, send these cookies, have this note that looks like handwriting. This is the picture on the front. It's going to sign it. Here's the text. That is all just pre-set up. And then everything just happens and goes out. And that person then just gets a box and they're like, wow, this is the coolest thing. The company that does this really well, it's like a college prep, college success, whatever. They're helping families and kids get ready for college. And they have like a $1 trial membership so that you can sign up and get access to their coaching and training to help your family be more successful in college. And that's it goes on for 3 months. It's like a little trial basis thing. So someone signs up for 3 months of that. After the 3 months of the $1 thing, it switches to the full paid membership. And when it switches to the full paid membership, that's right when the brownies go out. So then the person, instead of saying, hey, what's this charge we just got in the bill? We're just paying X number of dollars. I don't know what is this. No, instead now they're like, oh, we just got brownies in the mail today. These are delicious. And now they're loving you for charging them full price or whatever it is that what happened. So use things like that, whether it's brownies or some other gift or something fulfillment, to make somebody say, wow, I love doing business with Bob, Mary, Dave, whatever your name is, so that people absolutely love you. Oh, let me mention one more thing, because I think so often, especially if you're doing any kind of real estate investing and note investing and closing deals, it's very critical to be able to trust the person. And sometimes you have to do this without even meeting the person. Sometimes you're just doing through emails and maybe phone or whatever. There's a company called So Tell Us. Like, do you like us? So Tell Us. Do you use So Tell Us, Scott? Yeah. Oh, they're great. So you maybe you do business with someone, and somehow they've done something. You can automatically send out a link and it says, do you like us? So tell us. And there are 3 icons on your phone. One's for a written testimonial, a written referral if you want to make that. One's for an audio if you want to do that. Those are okay, but not very effective as the video. And the video is the easiest. So you hit the top button, which is the video, and then you say, Scott was the greatest to work with. We have just done amazing deals. We just earned $4 million in the last 2 months alone, and things are just going through the roof. Everybody should feel comfortable working with Scott. Close that video. That video now then can go to your website, or can go to a social media page, or it could go to searchable in Google or whatever. So now people do feel comfortable with you, doing business with you, because they've seen, look, here are these 20 other people who are all raving about doing business with Scott or Mary or Dave or Bob or whatever. And so that allows people to feel comfortable. It allows you to capture the wows from some of the people that you're doing business with and help you grow your business through some of that. Some little tools there to help you move forward on that.
Yeah, I love So Tell Us. It's a great thing. Now, you guys are running different specials at any given time for Infusion. You guys have a special out there we can throw out to the audience or anything like that? Or
yeah,
got to you to get the most recent bonus that you're offering?
Yeah, so that herein lies the whole thing, because I'm not sure when somebody's going to be seeing this, and we are actually going through some significant changes right now. I'm just gonna have people reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number and email in just a second, and I'll explain sort of what the deal is. So Infusionsoft is switching over to Keap. Keap is a simpler, slightly watered down, lower cost tool version of Infusionsoft. Now, for a lot of your people, you might need the power of Infusionsoft. So Keap is $99 a month. Infusionsoft is like $199 a month, $299, 3 months. So it goes up from that. For a very limited time, and I hesitate to even say this because this is probably disappearing. So currently,
let's just have them reach out to you. Let's just do that.
I have to say, currently, I can get Infusionsoft at the price of Keap.
Oh,
yeah. So I honestly don't know. On day of recording right now, I know I can do that, and I probably can still do it for a week or so. But I'm not 100% sure after that point. At some point, they're closing it down, saying the only way you can do Infusionsoft is the higher cost. But right now, I can get Infusionsoft for $99 a month. So if people need to get signed up with that, I can get you a discount for the first 3 months. We can get you set up with some coaching and training. We got some amazing, because we want to make sure you get set up. But if this is a tool for you, and if you're struggling with any of the things that we have talked about, with the follow-up and the automation and the growing your database and the list segmentation and finding notes because you don't have any list, whatever like that, this is really a tool that can really help them transfer you. Oh, I probably need to give my name, my email and phone number, don't I? So phone number 385-439-9999. 9596, 385-439-9596. That's my personal cell phone, so just feel free to call me. My email address is Darin, Darin .adams at Keap, Keap.com or Infusionsoft.com. So 385-439-9596 or Darin, Darin .adams at Infusionsoft.com or Keap.com, or you can always reach out to Scott. Scott's got my digits and can put you in touch with me too. But I'd love to be able to help anybody out because I know the struggle and I hear the stories all the time. And there's nothing that pains me more than hearing those struggle stories, but there's nothing that gives me greater joy than hearing the stories of, yeah, I'm doing it now and I'm seeing great success, and I want to be able to help anybody with that.
Yeah, that is the truth there. That's the best that's the best thing we feel. We love getting and hearing.
That's the payday. That's the payday, isn't it? You know?
It is. It doesn't have to be payday. It's payday emotionally. We've helped somebody overcome a hurdle and they're better off and running. And it takes a lot of that burden, that stress off of them of struggling. Now that, I got something that works. This does work. It does. All right. You might know what you're talking about, Scott Carson and Darin Adams.
There is nothing I love more than going to an event and someone coming up to me and saying, I met you here last year and I signed up and I'm loving what I'm able to do and I'm loving everything about it. And that's like, okay, I'll keep traveling. I'll keep living out of hotel rooms. If I can help people with that makes it all worthwhile.
That's awesome. Once again, guys, for listening, you check out, go to our website for the blog once it's up and running. As well, we'll have all of Darin's information on there as well. Once again, if you're looking to and didn't write down that, just drop me an email at scott@weclosenotes.com. We'll be glad to forward Darin's info over there. Trust me, you want to take advantage of this offer or any offer they've got available. It is one of the most critical tools that we use in our note business. It is one of our, I would say, cornerstones that has helped us be successful in the last 10 years is using Infusionsoft in our marketing and systems and flow to help really not only in our classes, but also on our note buying and selling aspect of our business. So take advantage of it. Reach out to them. You will not be disappointed. Start marketing today because that's not going to end anytime soon. All right, everybody. So Darin, thank you so much, man, for joining us here on the Note Closer Show. Always honored to see this little piggy went to the Infusionsoft. The rest got gobbled up. Where are you headed to next, man?
Atlanta and Vegas.
East Coast, West Coast, baby.
Wait, what? No, so wait, East Coast. Wait, what was that?
I said East Coast, from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah. I thought you were asking, was it East Coast, West Coast? Well, one's East Coast, so don't you know your geography here? Yeah, got it. And like speaking one day, one the next day. So it's like red eye to get to Atlanta, red eye to get back to Vegas, red eye to get back home.
Well, be safe, and we'll look forward to seeing you sometime soon. All right, Darin?
I'll see you around.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Note Closer Show. Take advantage of that. Reach out to Darin. Get signed up in Infusionsoft. You will not be disappointed. And go out, make something happen, and we'll see you all at the top, everybody.